You guys asked for it, and the Absolute Universe finally dropped the ultimate early Christmas gift. For the first time ever, Absolute Batman and Absolute Wonder Woman go head to head in the pages of Wonder Woman number 15. And I'm telling you right now, the vibes in Gotham City are 0% friendly. Between the hands being thrown, axe swings, and blood magic, this story written by Kelly Thompson delivers exactly what everyone's been waiting for. The first real hint of this universe's Justice League. But hold up, it's not the league you're used to. In the Absolute Universe, the official Justice League is actually the villain team. So how are these two total opposites gonna link up to save the world? And what's on that mysterious flash drive that could change the fate of every hero, including Superman? Stick around, because today we're gonna dissect this epic crossover, talk about Veronica Kale's shady hand, and find out why even the Joker is low-key obsessed with this meeting. Let's get it, because the Absolute Universe has got a whole lot bigger. The story kicks off at Veronica Kale's place in Gateway City. The villain is on the phone with the Joker talking about how someone made a chess set inspired by the heroes. She's seeing this kind of merch spreading everywhere because the people are actually feeling inspired by them. The Joker agrees they're major icons, but that also means they're huge targets, and he asks if Diana took the bait. Kale is like, for sure. In Gotham City, a massive spell is cast right in the middle of the city, lighting up a green Batman symbol in the sky. In one of the city's alleys, Absolute Batman is wrecking some thugs when they notice the light from above. Batman turns around like, what the hell is this? But of course we know it's magic, and we know exactly who's behind the spell. Batman goes to check it out, doing his thing from a distance in this sick panel where he's hanging upside down. That's when, out of nowhere, Diana pops up next to him, giving him props for his stealth. Without saying a word, Batman drops down and Diana sarcastically comments on how he seems super friendly. Bruce jumps over to where the green symbol started and asks if it's magic, which Diana confirms, saying it was the easiest way to get his attention. She introduces herself as Diana. Batman just goes by Batman, keeping his real name on the low. Then the Bat asks to know more about magic. The Amazon says it's like a mix of alchemy and personal intent, and Batman just stays quiet. Now it's Diana's turn to ask how the heck he learned to fly through skyscrapers without actually being able to fly. Batman just hits her with necessity. After that solid interaction, Diana finally explains why she's in Gotham City. She needs the Bat's help because an investigation into 4 recent murders brought her there. Batman isn't even fazed, because 4 murders is just a typical Monday in this city. Turns out every death is linked to this symbol tattooed on Diana's arm, the Mark of Hecate, and that mark showed up at all 4 crime scenes. Diana explains that investigating isn't exactly her forte, but she had a friend back in Gateway City who helped her out. Batman says he knows her because he saw her and her friend on TV during the first arc of the Absolute Wonder Woman comic. Bruce tells her to be careful about being too out there. Diana might be a goddess, but the people around her aren't. Diana agrees that it might be too late to fly under the radar. Batman asks if she could even be low-key if she tried, but Diana's like, that's not really my vibe. If she wants to change the world with love, she's gotta show up. Batman admits they're total opposites, but thinks his dad might have actually liked her style. She takes the compliment. However, she admits she's not a goddess and asks if Batman is a god. Of course, Bruce shuts that down. Turns out, Diana's mom, who, for those who don't know, is Cersei in this universe, was positive he was some kind of bat god. Diana even bet her mom on whether Batman was a god or not. Looks like she's going to win that bet, but she's going to need some proof for her mom, because winning a bet against Cersei is no easy task. Diana apologizes for her manners since she was raised in hell. She actually has a gift for him, this medallion, a variation of the Judgment of Hecate. Whoever has this can summon Wonder Woman as long as they're on the same plane of existence. Batman is kind of skeptical, and Diana admits it's some high-level magic. Anyway, the Bat says thanks, and they head out together to the latest crime scene. Guys, right off the bat, this whole interaction was a total slapper. You can see their personalities really shining here. They head to a swamp on the outskirts of Gotham City. It's the Slaughter Swamp, not exactly a subtle name, let's be real. They finally reach a cabin where the last crime went down. Inside, there's some kind of ritual for Hecate. Diana explains that blood is key for any magic honoring a god. No blood, no magic. And yeah, Diana confirms she uses her own blood for her spells. After looking around, the hero doesn't think the magic was for Hecate. She figured it out by the number of candles. It should be a multiple of 3, but these dudes left 7. Basically, these dudes aren't real disciples of Hecate, they're just posers. Batman concludes the whole thing looks staged, and Diana agrees, especially since the conditions for the spell were off. The moon wasn't even in the right spot. Wonder Woman asks if the victims were missing vital organs, and Batman, checking his report, says bet, and that's bad news. Wonder Woman thinks they're trying to build an anthroparian, which is like a homunculus, a fantasy golem that someone can control remotely. Batman still thinks it's a setup to lure Diana in, and they need to be more proactive. He found something in the files that points to an abandoned church. Diana is down, and they head to the church. Inside, the fake disciples of Hecate are doing the ritual to summon the Anthroparian. Batman and Wonder Woman make a grand entrance through the roof, but the disciples don't even flinch. They're in some kind of trance. When Batman goes to step in, Diana holds him back so he doesn't enter the circle. But one disciple isn't tranced out and uses magic to force both heroes into the circle. Getting close, Diana realizes the construct isn't finished. Batman thinks that might be good news, but nope. The hero realizes they're trying to do something else entirely. Meanwhile, Veronica Kale is still on the horn with the Joker. The Joker was the one who came up with the golem idea. Kale realizes Jack was playing her, but that's not quite what's happening. The Joker knows all about the Amazons and Diana, and how she's made of clay. If that's legit, she's basically just a fancy golem. And the whole golem thing actually comes from Jewish folklore, the idea of being made from clay, which parallels Diana. Next, Wonder Woman finishes her thought. They aren't building anything, they're trying to possess her. And unfortunately, it works. Diana loses control of her body and tells Batman to run. Before she's fully gone, she helps the Bat by ripping his arm out of the magic's grip. As for the Bat, he bolts, but he can't outrun Diana's speed. He tries to bring her back, but the spell is too cranked. The Amazon grabs the Bat and hauls him back to the top of the church. They start throwing hands, and Batman actually holds his own against someone way more powerful. Still, his axe is useless against her, and things go south when Diana snatches the axe for herself. Nothing Batman uses is working, and that's when he remembers what Diana gave him, that Hecate medallion. As he grabs it, it slips away while Diana closes in for the kill. Batman rips off his glove and touches the medallion directly, demanding Diana present herself for an audience. At the very last second, Diana snaps out of it. Batman's plan totally worked. The medallion actually came through and brought Diana back. For someone to have successfully possessed Diana, they had to be high-key powerful and know exactly what they were doing. That person would need, at the very least, her blood and her hair, which definitely wasn't the case with those poser disciples. Wonder Woman is now positive that there's someone way bigger behind the scenes calling the shots. While checking out the construct, Diana triggers a bomb that was planted there. Batman rushes to save her, and the two of them bolt out of the building at the last possible second. Veronica Kale, who was watching everything on a monitor, loses it and smashes a wine glass. From her reaction, the Joker immediately figured the plan tanked. That's when Kale pulls off her glove, revealing a hand with some dark stuff around it. The Joker then says he's got a plan and hangs up. Back to the heroes, they conclude the whole thing was a massive setup for both of them. Batman asks if Diana is a golem, which she denies. Even if she's made of clay, she's on a completely different level. The hero reveals she's got a flash drive she got for saving a scientist in a labyrinth during the previous Wonder Woman arc. That drive has intel on several heroes, not just Batman, but Superman and others too. Right then, it starts to snow. Diana had never seen snow up close and thinks it's magic, but Batman explains it's just science, which to Diana isn't even that different. She thinks they're going to be besties and that maybe Batman will even tell him his name, which is kind of pointless to the Bat, since he knows Diana already knows it, and in the next panel she proves it by calling him Bruce. But there's something even more important. Diana mentions if they want to save the world, they're going to need to round up those heroes on the flash drive. Diana finally says peace out, and Batman wishes her happy holidays, wrapping up the crossover. So yeah guys, this crossover was a total slapper. It doesn't let down for a second and keeps a solid pace.
The dialogue and the vibes between Batman and Wonder Woman are definitely the highlight of this story. The art is also pretty sick, and the whole plot involving a murder investigation that Batman gets dragged into was really cool. But obviously there's more to this crossover than just that, because pretty soon we're getting Absolute Batman number 16, which brings the second part of the story. Did you dig it? Are you hyped for part 2? Drop a comment below if you want a part 2 of this video, and don't forget to leave your absolute like, your absolute sub to the channel, and hit that absolute bell. Also smash that hype button. That's how you stay updated on everything going on in the superhero world as soon as the news drops. Thanks a ton for watching this far, and exclusively for those who made it to the end, I'm leaving a playlist of Absolute Universe videos I'm sure you'll love. Hope you have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I'll see you soon.